Hey, another Bible study. This is number 8, okay? And the title of it is You Don't Have to Live Lonely. Alright? How are y'all doing? You okay? I gotta tell you what happened to me yesterday. So, I had to go, yesterday was Sunday, went to church. I had to go grocery shopping. I went to Aldi. And I'm going to Aldi. I feel like I look a mess. I don't have a quarter. I don't have any bags. I just feel just a mess. Just not together. Disorganized. I just not feeling very confident. Not feeling very like I'm just not feeling very good, about myself. So I pull in the parking lot and I see this lady coming out. She had on heels. She had on this nice, crisp, wrinkle-free dress. She had all of her bags, groceries. They were bagged perfectly, stacked perfectly. She pressed the button at Conquer Car before she got there. She popped the trunk up before she got there. And I'm in my car, scavenging for a quarter, looking around, sweating. The key fob battery on my car is dead, and then I'm having to lock it differently. And I just look at her and I just roll my eyes, and I'm like, and I thought to myself, must be nice to be so perfect, And I immediately, after I did that, I was like, Lord, forgive me. I shouldn't be acting like that. I shouldn't be thinking like that. Just because I'm having a bad moment, I'm trying to take it out on her. I'm trying to put her down. And so I said that. I was over there in my car, and she walked over there to me. She was like, hey. And I said, yeah. She said, you want to go ahead and take my buggy and my bags? She was like, I forget sometimes too, so I don't know if you forgot or not, but if you did, it's okay, because I do too. I felt about this tall, and I told myself, thank you for that reminder, and then someone posted on Facebook that they were looking for someone to do some yard work for them. They needed some yard work done, but they couldn't afford to pay anyone to do the yard work. I immediately thought of someone that would do it. And I said, you know what? I said, I'm not telling them nothing. Then the mama and the son used to pick on my son in school. I'm not telling them nothing. That's what they get for picking on my son. Yeah, that's why the yard's messed up. And I thought that immediately. I did. I'm not telling them nothing. I'm not helping them. I woke up this morning with a darn message on my Facebook with someone saying, hey, Crystal, we want to do some yards for free. Do you know of anybody we can help? We got another spot open. What do you think I had to do? I said, yeah, I know one. And it felt good telling them I got somebody coming over there to do your yard. It felt good telling them that. And I was able to let go of some of that resentment I didn't even know I still had in them, because they used to pick on my kid. Anyway, that's how my day went yesterday, and I've been praying every night. Lord, cleanse my heart, create me in a clean heart, renew a steadfast spirit inside me. When people talk to me, let them see you and me. And I guess he said, okay, girl, we gonna work it out Sunday, because that's what we're gonna do. That's what I feel like. Anyway, let's get started on number 8, okay? I'm going to read this. If you're new here, this is the book we're reading, okay? Oil and perfume make the heart glad, and the sweetness of a friend comes from his earnest counsel. Have you ever felt utterly alone, even in a room full of people? Have you? Me too. Me too. You ain't alone, but you feel lonely. You in a room full, you got people all around, but you feel lonely. Yep, I understand. Feeling left out and lonely isn't something that's reserved only for playground games and middle school dances. I've felt the same since loneliness as an adult. No matter how you feel this morning, I want you to let this truth, God's truth, surround you in a symphony of compassion and comfort. You are not alone. You may feel lonely, but you don't have to live lonely. So what can you do? You can refuse to isolate. It can be tempting to look at others on social media laughing, connecting, and cheering one another on and make assumptions. What was I just doing yesterday? what this just freaking said. It's easy to assume that they don't judge with loneliness. It's easy to assume that you don't fit in or belong. It's easy to assume that the world just seems to be moving on without you. This is talking to me from yesterday, I feel like. All those assumptions will exhaust you and tempt you to isolate even more. Isolation is never a cure for your longing for real connection. I believe the most powerful cure for loneliness can be found in one of my favorite words: togetherness. Togetherness reminds us we are all so very human and united in our laughter, tears, love for Jesus, and tender care for one another. And I laugh when I say togetherness because when I'm in a mood, when I'm feeling like I'm not confident, when I'm irritated about something, when something ain't gone my way, I always say, that's too much togetherness. I ain't doing it. Let me be by myself. That's too much for togetherness. If I'm scared to go around a group of people, if my anxiety is getting the best of me, if I'm too anxious, I'm like, nope, too much togetherness. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Too much togetherness. Together is such a beautiful thing. I pray today God gives you an opportunity to pursue togetherness with safe people, because chances are that you'll be a blessing to them in their lonely feelings as well. Accurate. You may feel lonely, but you don't have to live lonely. Do you hear me there? You may feel lonely, but you don't have to live lonely. Alright? Hey. These dogs. I'll never be lonely with these dogs. You know that's one reason why I got my dogs. Just because I just felt like humans was too much emotion for me in the moment. It's been a rough year. My mental health has been up and down. And my dogs are my little emotional support animals. They love on me and they hug on me and they're happy to see me, and even if I'm having a bad day, they don't hold it against me. I feel like they love me unconditionally, you know? So I don't know. Maybe if you have lonely problems or anxiety problems, or you isolate yourself sometimes because things get hard, maybe get you a dog. Or I don't know about cats, but anyway. Sometimes it can be hard to make friends. It takes time to form deep connections and build that kind of trust where a friendship feels safe and stable. That's what prevents me from forming friendships sometimes, because in the beginning I don't want to get my hopes up and then get let down. I don't want to seem awkward, and I don't want to feel needy. I don't want to feel overly excited about a new friendship and then them not feel as excited. You know, I don't want to be like, oh my gosh, I made a new friend, I'm so excited, we can do this, we can talk, we can do, and then them just be like, yeah, I mean, nah, you know? And so then I've got my feelings hurt. If you're struggling because of a move or a recent friendship breakup, or maybe even your life circumstances have changed and created a disconnect with those you used to have a more common ways with, the struggle is real. I understand how it feels. But here's what I want you to remember before you go to sleep tonight. You are loved. You are loved. Okay? You may feel like the stinging pain of loneliness, but you are not alone. The God of the universe knows you, accepts you, and loves you right where you are. Yesterday I learned in my women's Bible study group, well, I didn't learn, I was just reassured that I am His most perfect creation. Me. He created me the way He wanted me, and I am His perfect creation. I'm not perfect, but I am His perfect creation. Remembering this may not fix the ways you feel left out, but it does remind you who you are. You are extremely loved. You are extremely loved. You are extremely loved. Rest tonight in the promise of that. Pray that God shows you someone else who needs a friend. And tomorrow, make it a point to reach out to them. So, I do pray for that sometimes. Lord, lead me on the path that's going to lead me to you. I can't even say it now that I'm with you. My mind is going crazy. Put me on a path that's going to help me lead people to you. That's one thing that I pray. And the other one is Lord, put me on a path where I can meet a friend that also knows you. Something like that. I don't know. Sometimes I get praying and in my spirit. I don't know. I can't repeat the exact words, but you know what I mean. So every time we do this, we think of something we can release back to God. That we can say, you know what? It's too heavy for me. I can't fix it. I can't deal with it. It's worrying me. It's a burden to me. It's giving me anxiety. It's stressing me out. I can't eat. I can't sleep. Lord, you're going to have to take it and you're going to have to deal with it. Because I can't do it no more. So what is that thing? What is that thing for you? Something you got to release, that you got to let go of, that you got to surrender so you can give back to Him. Mine is the idea that I need to be perfect. The idea that I have to 100%, I know I'm not perfect. I'm never going to be perfect. I mess up every single day. But I have this fear, this thought, this anxiety, this worry that I need to be 100% in meeting up to everyone's expectations. Because if I fail or I let them down one time, that either I've hurt them or they're going to go away and I'm not going to see them again. Because they're going to be so disappointed in me. So, I need to let go of that fear that I'm going to fail the people that I love. So we're going to say this prayer, okay? God, I know you often work in ways that I don't understand. Even when I feel lonely, I trust you are making something beautiful, even out of those parts of my life that sting with hurt, pain, and grief. What does that remind you of? Even when I feel lonely, I trust you are making something beautiful, even out of the parts of my life that sting, hurt, pain, and grief. That reminds me of Beauty from Ashes. That reminds me of that verse. I pray for opportunities to pursue togetherness with other believers who are also committed to following you. Say that again. I pray for opportunities to pursue togetherness with other believers who are also committed to following you. In Jesus' name, amen. Do I need to tell you again? You're not alone. You're not alone. You are not alone. You are not alone. And you are loved. You are so loved. Okay? You are so loved. Number 9 that we're going to talk about on the next episode is titled, Maybe We're All More Alike Than We Thought. Something to think about. Maybe we're all more alike than we thought. That's on the next episode, which I'm going to try to do tomorrow. But we really need to think about that, because I feel like we spend so many times trying to divide each other. We spend so much time trying to see differences in each other. We really need to think about this. Maybe we're all more alike than we thought. So I will be back next time. I love you the most. Okay, bye.